Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 53.
What's
the
going
All Ohio edition.
Oh, all right. I see what you're doing there. Ohio Jimmy right here.
Ohio Jimmy, yes.
And then you got the Cleveland Browns flag. Why not the Bengals though?
Because you're in Browns country right here, Jimmy.
That just sounds awful.
And well, it's the same colors. It's same colors, the old orange and brown. But yeah, I got a little Cleveland. Well, I'm always going to call them the Indians, but little Chief Wahoo up here.
Well, yeah, that's a nice little throwback logo.
Got my Ohio State Buckeye colors on, right. My scarlet and gray.
Where is Ohio State University? Is it Ohio State University, or is it just Ohio State?
Ohio State University, OSU.
Where's that at?
In Columbus.
It's in Columbus. All right.
Yeah, it's in downtown Columbus, and we have a branch. Well, we have a branch here in Marion.
A branch?
And there's a branch in Mansfield as well.
I didn't know there was a branch of Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. Ohio State University is huge.
So I have to be really quiet while I'm here. My family's trying to sleep while I'm doing this podcast.
Jimmy is in the world famous Holiday Inn Express in beautiful downtown Bucyrus, Ohio. Well, it's not really downtown. It's kind of on the outskirts.
It's definitely on the outskirts. And it's world famous because it's actually in all the X-Men movies. It looks just like Professor Xavier's school for the gifted.
Home for wayward girls.
Hey, we got a really good moment right here. Did the dog just do a number 2 in the room? This is great podcasting.
Jimmy, and I think it's funny that you're looking around at your feet right there.
You don't smell that? Perfect for the pot. We have our puppy traveling with us.
Yes.
He farted. Good night. So he's sitting right under me. That's why I was looking under my feet. Woo,
he just took a dump.
Lofted up in
the hotel room.
The second time I almost died on this trip.
Oh, you almost died. Okay, so we'll recap here just real quick. Jimmy, for those of you who haven't been following along, Jimmy moved from Denver, Colorado to Ohio.
Yep.
Just to be closer to me. That's the only reason that he came here.
Yeah. And my family hates me for it and everything, but it was worth it.
Yes. Well, your family hates me, so it kind of goes hand in hand.
In true Trash to Cash podcast fashion, my puppy Bean farted, so we can tell fart jokes. Like, this is the Trash to Cash podcast, not the Reseller Clickbait podcast. Good job.
You sure it wasn't one of the 4 adults that are stuffed in that room with 2 minutes?
Listen, it's distinct puppy fart smell. Have you had a puppy before?
Oh, well, yeah, but I've never had an inside dog. All of the dogs that we have had have always been like outside dogs.
I've never had an outside dog.
Yes,
but it's been dogs hate to be outside.
Many a year.
So we've been traveling. We traveled 3 days actually. Today was the last day, but 3 days in a row of travel with the whole family and 2 dogs. So that's been fun. Fun for the whole family, right, guys?
Yes.
Listen to how excited they are. If you could see the looks I'm getting right now. Sonya's at least acting like she had fun.
They're not this isn't the town we're actually moving to, is it? This is another stopover, right?
That's funny that you say that because we went through Joliet, Illinois. So how you say it? Joliet.
Joliet, yeah.
And it's pretty, I was like Clark Griswold. I was like, roll them up as we were driving. It's a rough part of town, right? And I told my kids, I was like, yeah, it's what it's going to be like where we move. It's going to be just like this. And so I had to message that to Ken. I actually messaged Ken that I can guarantee you where you're moving is nothing like that.
Is nothing like.
Well, because I told Ken, I was like,
Joliet,
Illinois. Told them that, And then I was like, but I don't even know if I'm joking because I've never been.
No, it's a quiet small town.
Yeah.
As I'm sure that you found out when you drove from your new home to the Holiday Inn Express, which is all the way across town, which was what, 6 to 8 minutes tops to get there?
6 to 8 yards, actually. It's just right there. I can throw a football to my house, and a Nerf turbo football to my house. Yeah.
And I'll be on the other end to catch it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, because you are the Nerf football. What do you call it? MVP or
the world's greatest backyard Nerf quarterback.
That's what I just
ever played the game. I mean,
that's ever played the game. Do you have a sidearm like Bernie Kosar? Do you throw sidearm?
I can side. I've got all the throws. I've got
the
long ball.
Throw.
I can dump it short. I can shuttle pass it or shuttle.
Oh, dang!
I can do it all with the turbo Nerf. I'm just. But we're not here to talk about football.
Yeah, we are. You got your Browns flag flying behind you. You got your baseball cap on. No, so we saw our house for the first time today. Like, it was the first time.
Yes.
In person, we actually saw the house. Like, we've seen it in video, and between the walk or the inspection and then just looking at it while our realtor took us through. So we did a virtual tour of it and stuff.
Yeah.
But today was the first day where we actually saw it. Sorry, what's going on behind me? And some surprises, good and bad.
Okay.
Mostly good.
Okay.
Like, our neighborhood, I love already. The neighborhood is amazing. It's like the nicest neighborhood I've ever lived in already. Yeah. I haven't even lived there yet.
Nice, quiet neighborhood for sure.
The rooms are way bigger than the video showed. So, like, we have a bigger living room than we thought, and the bedrooms are bigger than we thought. So the kids are excited. The boys are excited about that. The fact that their rooms aren't small. It's an older house, so some of the ugliness is definitely as ugly as we thought.
Yeah, but that's cosmetic, right?
Yeah, it's just all cosmetic, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing is something that isn't really bad, but the people that owned it before, left a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And we're supposed to close tomorrow and be moving in, and they're still old shelving and all kinds of just junk laying around, and so they're supposed to come and get it tonight.
Okay.
So we have to go back tomorrow morning and do another walkthrough, because the walkthrough today showed us that there's a bunch of junk there, and I couldn't get into my shed. The key wouldn't work on my shed.
Oh, okay.
My favorite part about the house, where I'm going to live in the shed, and I couldn't even get into it. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, it's like I'm super excited, super happy.
Good. That's great, because that was a scary thing, to buy a house across country with never having stepped foot in it.
The dog's got your underwear. Hurry! He's got your underwear. He's gonna run. He's gonna bury it. He's burying Sonya's underwear in the hotel room right now. Oh wait, no, that's Logan's hat. Sorry.
And why was Sonya's underwear off?
It's Logan's hat. My bad. Hey, you never know what happens when you've been traveling 3 days and you end up in the Holiday Express and Cyrus. You never know what's gonna happen.
Sonya's starting to wear, a vintage mesh snapback as underwear, apparently.
No, it's a beanie hat, so it looked like underwear.
Oh, okay.
It's like a beanie, all black beanie hat.
Okay. So yeah, that's cool that you like the neighborhood, that the house is, exceeded expectations. Of course, like we said, some fresh paint, maybe some carpet, whatever you got to do to get it to, your colors, what you like. And if the owners get the junk out of there, why did they say why that they still had?
No, so she called the other realtor while we were there, and the owner, they didn't really say why. They just said that they're going to come and get it out of there. Like, there's a bunch of really old junky shelving units and old tables that are just I don't know if they thought we would want it, but we don't. It's a dresser that's missing a bunch of handles and stuff. Just Oh,
what's the most important? How is the basement? How is the eBay office area?
it's ugly, but I don't care.
Okay.
So the office, the storage area is ugly, and I don't care. It's going to be storage, right? Like I'm literally not going to do anything to it. My dog's, he wants a bottle or something. He likes to drink.
Oh, he's just yakking up a bone.
So he's just oh no, he's just probably reading through the trash. Clark. No, he's probably just rooting through the trash. The storage area is ugly, and I need to ask you. I want to take the bar out. It's got a bar. I want to see if I can just pull that out of there.
Yeah,
but that's down the road. So that I'm not worried about at all. And the office is actually, it's ugly right now, but it has the potential to be nice because it has walls, and it can be painted and stuff.
Walls are good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a. You could call it a finished basement. It's just a really ugly finish.
Gotcha.
So, the office I think has the most potential, which is good. Put some new paint on the wall, like you said. Maybe hang some pictures. Sure. And some carpet or flooring in there, and it'll be nice. So we're excited about that. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, the curb appeal of the house is my favorite part. Like how it's just a nice neighborhood. It looks really nice. I told my boys already, the thing I'm most excited about is decorating for the holidays, like Christmas and Halloween.
Yes.
And because we've been renting, we haven't been keeping a lot of decorations. But now that I have a shed, because I'm going to talk about that shed all the time now. Yes. Now that I have a shed, I can keep my Christmas decorations in there so I can buy a bunch of decorations to decorate the house every year.
Yeah, and it has good roof lines, too, with how the garage sits out farther and it kind of back in there. Yeah, that's going to be... so it's gonna be I'm an expert at exterior illumination.
Well, I think we should make a tradition where we decorate each other's houses. Yours will be super easy. You can literally just
I have one straight line.
I literally 3 feet of lighting and you're done. And then you can come over and help me.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to decorate my house. I'll trade you decorate over at my folks' house. They have lots of roof lines and garage and front railing and all of that stuff. So.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll be over there to help.
Perfect.
So I want to talk about how I almost died. The podcast
I want to hear
killed me.
Our podcast?
Yeah, the reseller clickbait podcast. My own podcast almost killed me today.
That you were listening and you almost died laughing.
That's exactly what happened. 100% is what happened.
Okay.
So, let's get to the side of it, that the true side, the serious side of it.
Yes.
So I have my medical problems that I've talked a little bit about. And I've seen a surgeon about it again. My weight's the issue, but I have a hernia right in the middle of my stomach.
Yes.
And basically what the surgeon told me this last time is that my intestines have just found a home on the outside of my stomach wall.
Okay.
Which is fine. And because of my weight, they don't really want to try to fix it again because they've already tried to fix it a couple times. I know this is TMI, but that's the case. So I have some of my intestines sitting on the outside of my muscle wall, right?
Okay.
So I'm listening to the podcast just to, kill the last hour and a half to the house. We're an hour and a half out. I'm like, I'm going to review the last 2 episodes, see how they went, see if they're, because I didn't remember everything, and so I was listening to it, and then we got to the part, and I want to ask you about this.
Okay.
When you were reading your threat for negative feedback, right? Because you got threatened, or to someone was going to leave you negative feedback if you didn't give them, if you didn't.
Yes.
You talked about that message, and it was the part where you said the part that bothered me the most about that message.
Okay.
Was like how did you just call them pretentious or whatever about how they put all their titles and I was like pointing at your titles as you were saying that. Remember that part?
Yes.
So I had forgot about that part. And when we started talking about it, I'm literally dying laughing. Well, the one thing that's been the most scary about having this hernia is sometimes if I laugh or sneeze too hard, like it basically tears a little bit of my muscle.
Ouch.
And
Okay.
it's like the most extreme pain you can imagine. So here I am driving down the highway, laughing at the podcast, and all of a sudden I get that extreme tear pain,
No.
like going down the highway. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Like it hurt. I can't even express how bad it hurts. And like I'm gonna have to pull off the highway and call 911. That type of pain if it doesn't go away. And so and the wind is blowing. I'm all over the road. I'm in pain. And literally, we were passing a cop car that had somebody pulled over. I almost stopped and said, "Hey, I need help." True story. The pain finally subsided, and I was able to. And it was about 45 minutes out from the house when this happened. So I'm like, my luck. I just drove 3 days across the country, and I'm 45 minutes from where I need to be, and I'm gonna die. Just my luck.
Because of the DOG and all his pretentiousness. I don't know what's the word.
You're asking me. I don't do words or math. Yeah, so we'll just call it pretentiousness.
That's that. Yes,
we'll
that's funny.
At the end, and
I giggled about that line later when I listened back to it when I was doing like the audio portion.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that was just me calling somebody else out for being
listing all their
titles with their name. Yeah, listed their titles on their negative feedback. Which update on that? I have not received any negative feedback. I think it was just fishing for a refund and trying to throw a scare into me.
But how you said they were using rocks. I thought about that. Like, we need to address that more. Like, what are you talking about? I'm using rocks. Like, what are you
play Scrabble?
Yeah, you went out to the yard and pulled a couple rocks and wrote an A and an E on there. Like, get out of here.
I have, and then when they reached in the bag, they felt like a rock and not like a piece.
That's gotta be an A because it's a rock. Get out of here. Shut up. Like, you're not even good at lying. We used a couple eggs. We wrote letters on eggs. And darn it, they didn't break while they were in the bag. So now I'm going to charge you to clean the bag. Yeah, that's so ridiculous. Well, that's good that nothing's happened yet, but there's still time.
Well, I'm glad you did not. I'm glad you did not actually die. So I assume that after you calm down, so probably at that point you put on Trash to Cash because there's nothing funny going on that show.
Yeah,
and that helped calm you down.
Yeah, for sure. It was actually. It worked perfectly. I was actually falling asleep while driving this. Then that's a whole other issue. Listening to, actually, I listen to Trash to Cash most of the way here.
Okay,
and I saved that podcast for road trips so I can listen to it. Yeah, and learned a lot. You learn a lot of good stuff. I recommend listening to them. Again, nothing to laugh at. Nothing funny going on at all. But yeah, it was educational. The thing is, I don't even remember what I learned right now. I got too much going on. But I know I learned something. What did I learn? I remember even thinking like, wow, that was good information. And I've already forgot it. So that's what happens with age.
It just yes. When you get I gotta listen to the Flippin' Fantastic podcast, or I gotta watch it. Apparently there's some sort of this week's episode, there's some sort of like an Easter egg that they have in there that pertains to maybe the DOG or to the podcast or something. So
I need to watch it. When did that drop?
Dropped Friday, I believe.
I was on the road.
Their new episodes, and I was watching Inked Picker on a live. She did her first live the other day, and I was in the chat, and so she had said there was an Easter egg kind of hidden in the background. So
I don't know when I'm going to have time to watch any YouTube, but
you are going to be a busy guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got to get my house set up, but I also got to get this eBay business up and rocking. Although I did sell, go figure, like the second day of being on 11 days of away mode, I sold that Snorlax beanbag.
Yes.
So like I had
Did you get it?
to bring it with me because I was like,
Oh, you couldn't get it shipped before.
So it's going to Pennsylvania, right? Which is right next is now my neighbor. And it's like,
Yes.
if I ship it from Colorado, it's going to cost double than what it will cost me if I ship it from Ohio. So since I was already on away mode, I'm like, I'll just throw it in the back of the car. But it's huge, right? So I had to make room for it. I'll throw it in the back of the car, take it to Ohio, and then ship it once my away mode ends, and it'll all be a lot cheaper. So
smart move.
I got $550 for that thing. Free shipping, which shipping is probably gonna be like $30-something.
Yeah.
And I paid $10 for that thing.
Sweet.
I need to
you would have
done better.
You had sent me that that you had sold that right before you left, and I was like, man, that's perfect. But I figured that'd be a big item to get out of the truck that you didn't have to take. But that's a perfect idea to bring it with you and ship it from.
Yeah.
So your post office is gonna love you.
Well, that's gonna go UPS ground.
Oh, okay.
Which I need. Is there UPS here in Bucyrus?
I am not sure.
Am I driving to Marion? Which is fine. We drove to Marion today, that's a story. But before we go into any more stories, I got to do this. I have to do this. Ray, Nashville Flipper.
Yes.
Huge shout out to Ray. Sonya's standing there. We're packing, going crazy. Like our house, packing up the house last day was literally, we could all have killed each other. Like we were all on edge. It was all too much work. So many things were going wrong. It rained all day. It never rains in Colorado. Rained all day while we're loading the truck. It's just so stressful. And Sonya's like, what's Ray's last name? I don't want to. Ray. So she goes, Ray. And she said the last name. And I was like, that's Nashville Flipper. That's Ray. So he just sent us $50 for gas.
Really?
For the move. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
So awesome. So yeah, thank you, Ray.
That is class.
If you're watching or listening, it was like so surprising and so awesome. And again, can't thank him enough. I told him I would watch the podcast. We'll bring it up. Sonya was like, "Are you kidding me?" And so she messaged him right away. And I was like, "Tell him I said thank you, and I will bring it up on the podcast and thank him so much for that." And just everything in general. We've had so much. Like you told me your mom has been like praying and she's watching, like tracing where we've been and stuff.
My mother was sitting with every time I would go over, she was sitting with an atlas in her lap on her chair, literally an atlas. And she would say, "Have you heard from Jimmy? Have you heard from Jimmy and Sonya? Where are they?" It's like, well, a couple hours ago, they had taken a break and they were in whatever city you might have been in at that time. Okay, well, if he's on this, he's probably going to take 80. I don't know if he's going to drop down and get to 30. I don't know what. And she's just like, she's like, he should have given you the itinerary.
I should have just had her map it for me. I probably would have got here quicker.
And so, so that's one thing. You left Denver out there and, you came here to Ohio and basically, not only did you gain the DOG, you kind of got two extra moms now with my mom and Nancy. Bill's mom. Nancy is, you gained a couple extra moms there.
Like they've been amazing to me. Like so nice. That's another person I have to give a thank you to. Like, sorry, it's gonna be like Erin Best Offer Queen.
Yes.
The day before we were leaving, she was up in Denver, and she's like, "Do you guys want to go get lunch?" And I was like, "Okay, we'll say goodbye, go get lunch." Yeah. We go meet her for lunch, and her mom, who's been used to watch her on YouTube and been watching all my stuff on YouTube for years.
Yes.
I got to meet her for the first time. And she bought us lunch, and I was like, no. And she was like, nope, I'm already paid for it. And I was like, what? So, like, just so many people have been really awesome. And, it's just been amazing. I don't even know how to say
it. It is a great community. The YouTube reseller and extended, even those without YouTube that just follow the channels and are supportive and again, double shout out to Ray, Nashville Flippers, And
by saying the mom thing, that reminded me of that. So I didn't want. Sorry, it's just so much going through my head right now. When you said mom, I was like, yeah, Aaron's mom bought us lunch. Like that was just so awesome. So yeah, it's been crazy. There was something else I was gonna say. I totally forgot. Sorry. Go ahead. You got.
I was going to say, I know one of the things that you had said you need to get your eBay business started back up. And one of the concerns you had was, sourcing, and you didn't want to leave your thrift store out there. You didn't want to leave that comfort zone of all the sales and stuff. But I don't know if you noticed, one of the slogans of Ohio is "Find it here."
Yeah, find it here.
And some of the, like when you come into the state, the state border signs are Ohio, find it here.
Yeah.
And yard sales are getting in full swing right now, and I found a ton of great stuff. So
you went out just the last couple of days. You did pretty good.
Oh yeah, I did pretty good, and I'm selling some of the stuff that I sourced already. So,
it actually worked out because I wanted to have everything listed before I left, but I just could not get to it. Like it was so crazy, so much going on, and so I have a big box full of unlisted. So I'll have some stuff to list right away once I get up and running. But I want to go out next weekend. Are we going out sourcing next weekend?
Yeah, I would. If all of a sudden I don't have to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, then yes, we will be sourcing for sure.
Okay. Why would do I want to ask why you would be in Tulsa?
Well, depends.
You're moving, aren't you? He's already moved.
I am moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Next weekend. Oh, did I not bring that up?
You failed to mention that. Yeah, you failed to mention that there's not good sourcing here, and that's why you're leaving.
But yeah, we will. We will look at the maps and the Facebook and GASL whatever and Craigslist, and we'll
already made somebody mad on. I'm just getting here. I made somebody mad on Facebook. He had some stuff that I asked him, hey, how much for all of it? I'm not in a hurry to sell this. You're not going to lowball me. I'm already here. I'm already pissing people off.
Like a local Facebook already? I'm sorry,
I'm on Facebook all day, every day, looking for deals, and he had like these. You might see it on there. They're Halloween spirit, and they're like little zombie infant babies and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's on Facebook, and he has like 9 of them. And I was just like, how much for all of them? What's your best price for all of them? And he said like $600. And he's like, I'm not in a hurry to sell. I already have someone that'll give me $600. Oh, you should sell it to them then. What are you still holding on to them for? I don't understand. So so I just told him, good luck.
Well, you'll have to see. That's some of the things, Jimmy, that we'll be collaborating on. If that's, I want to learn. I use the Facebook marketplace and the Facebook, but I'm not real good at like the searching of things or what to find. And so
it's definitely not as good as it used to be. What I know, what I know about Facebook now is most of the people that are selling on there are us resellers.
Yeah.
It's hard, and so you have to sort through all that now. It used to not be that way. Just 2-3 years ago, it wasn't that way. It is now that way. So there could literally be something good on there, and you're never going to see it because all the stacks of listings that are promoted and shipping. And so anyway, so I hate it now. But every once in a while, I still find a deal, and I'm still scouring it like crazy.
Yeah, I don't check it I only check it for yard sales. Basically is what I'm checking. That's because around here anyway, that's where a lot of the stuff is listed. And so, I checked that the other day, did get to go do some sourcing. Jill and I went to a citywide that I found there on, which is one that I went to last year, and did some pretty good sourcing there. And that was on Friday, I think we went. So my Thursday and Friday was good. Saturday, it was raining in the morning. And so I decided not to go out, but I did still hit a couple after the rain let up. But yeah, the sales are starting to get plentiful.
That rain needs to stop by the time Turn it off. Put in the
it's
order. Whatever you got to do. No more rain now that I'm here.
Let me see.
I wanted to actually talk to. I'm gonna bring up because I was thinking about because in 2 weeks we're going, or at least I know I'm gonna try to go to the Route 40.
Yeah.
Down in Columbus, in that area, anyways.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Kevin about that. I'm gonna ask him about doing like a review video on it, or I wonder. I'm gonna ask this. We're gonna talk about this right here. We could ask Kevin, hey, do you want to come on the podcast and talk to us a little bit about Garage Sale Nation?
Okay.
Because we're gonna go to that sale, and that's literally where I found out the information about it. Is Kevin's Garage Sale Nation site and Facebook group is how I found out about. Well, between me and you talking and the links on there, and just talk a little bit about the Garage Sale Nation Facebook group and website and how you can find these highway sales on there.
Yeah, I had actually posted on there the other day under one of the posts about that sale to see if anybody has done it, find a good starting spot. And actually, Paul Philly Flipper had went last year, and he gave a couple of cities that he had went to,
right?
Springfield and Zanesville, and I had talked to another fella. We'll probably head towards the Zanesville area. So if anybody's listening and has done it's called the National Road or the historic Route 40 sales. They cut across like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, but in the Ohio area, if anybody has done that sale,
or if anybody wants to go with us,
a meetup, we'll do a meetup and we'll find down in that area. Yeah, leave it in the comments. We'll be checking the comments on this video for sure.
You're gonna have to ask your good buddy John, Cincinnati Picker, if he comes up for that.
Oh yeah,
you should
do that.
That's like, since he's your best friend, you should message him.
I will message him right now. Well, actually, see him. No, yeah, I'll see what I can find out. I've been trying to do some research on which directions are best to go, and
that'll be fun. I'm excited for that for sure. Colorado, literally doesn't have any highway sales. There's a lot of community sales, and they're big community sales, but they don't have the highway sales like that. They don't even happen out there. Maybe I should have organized one. Actually, I ran into someone they came to my yard sale and they were talking about that we should start one. Who was that?
Well, it seemed like there was a good group of folks there in Colorado. I see Kristen, a rural squirrel, is all the time having meetups with a lot of the Denver, Colorado, area people.
The thing about, and it's just the thing about that group, everybody was really awesome, but they mostly do thrifting.
Oh, okay.
And I don't do a lot of thrifting. I go to like one thrift store and that's it. They do the bin.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing I'm saying is like, I'm not that good at the bins. I don't really know how to do the bins well. So like when I would go, I would be like, ended up just like, I'm not very good at this bins picking. But we went to the flea market and had a really good time. That was awesome.
Yeah, that looked like a great time, and I saw those. It was cool. One of the items that I had shown here recently or talked about was a pair of Danner boots that I picked up. Yeah. And so I had originally heard about those from Kayla, homeschooling picker, on one of hers, and then it was cool to see that kind of confirmed by the folks that you went to the flea market with.
Yep. Between the Peaks pickers. Jimmy and Elise. Yeah, so they found a pair of Danner boots. Yeah,
and I sold my pair of Danner boots already.
What'd you get for those suckers?
I'm trying to look at that right now.
All right. Everybody, we're gonna stop the show so the DOG can look up what he sold those Danner boots.
You would think that I would have those memorized.
I thought for sure you had a spreadsheet. Come on, don't make me break down those numbers and charge you twice for the cost of it.
That's right. Yeah. Did you see I commented? I
did see
commented
that.
on it. I was like,
Appreciate it.
man, your math, why did you do that?
And you-
$85.
85.
I
So
sold
you
those
lost $9 on that deal.
on which deal?
According to that guy's math.
Oh, yes.
The
Yeah.
guy-
I paid 25 for them.
See the look of confusion on your face. You're like, I lost nine. That's the look I had when I was reading that guy's comments. Yeah, you lost $9 on that deal. And you're like, what? How do you figure?
So yeah, and those sold like in just a few days, really, less than a week after I listed them. And so they sold for $85. And I was happy to.
That goes with your new thing of trying to get a better.
Yes.
What do we call it?
Like a higher
average
sale price, ASP,
right.
average
ASP.
Sale price.
Now,
yes,
so that's something, because we talked a little bit about that, how Dave is going to start doing. Dave's been talking about that.
Yeah,
and I know you're not copying him, but because that's what I learned. That's what I was listening to on the Trash to Cash. There we go. So I was like, because that's the episode I caught where Dave was talking about the higher average sale price.
Your sound just went wonky.
I'm on the Wi-Fi. How's it now?
It's pretty bad. It sounds like you're in a tin can.
Dang it! I'm gonna. Still bad?
Yeah, it's still bad. Yep.
How about now?
Yep, still bad. Okay, so anyway, what we were talking about right there was that I'm trying to pick better items that I can list for a little bit higher amount.
Better?
Nope, still that way. Oh wait, that might be better.
Is it better?
Yes.
All right, so I'm not going to be able to edit that out because
That's okay.
Everybody enjoy that moment of Jimmy scrambling because you look like whoa.
Oh, I switched the screen. Did you see it?
Like
I figured that out.
I was talking about average sale price. So I just wanted to say, like, a big part of getting that up, and Kevin talked a little bit about this too, is spending a little bit more on your inventory. So you spent up a little bit for those boots. But like Kevin said, I would much rather buy something for $250 and sell it for $500. Yeah. I'd way rather do that than buy something for $1 and sell it for $10. And I agree with that totally. And it's kind of like how to level up on eBay and make more money is to be willing to spend up for stuff to sell it for a higher dollar.
Which it is difficult when I'm out at the sales because, okay, in Dave's strategy, he's doing, because he has a pretty big Whatnot presence.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing Whatnot. He is still sourcing those lower dollar items and doing Whatnot, and the higher dollar items are going on to the eBay.
Yeah.
Where when I've been outsourcing here, the last few weeks or so, I'm looking for those better items, and I am passing up on some of the items that I would have normally bought before that are lower dollar. It's difficult and it's painful to leave some of that stuff behind when you had that kind of ingrained in your brain.
Right. Well, I think Whatnot
it is working out because the items that I'm picking up, like I said, I've already sold some of the items that I sourced this weekend. That I listed and they're gone already. And that's, I'm excited about that. That seems to be working out. Oh, I got to tell a story. I got to tell a sourcing story real quick, just because it cracked me up. Because I was going to buy something for you, Jimmy, and then I'm cheap.
But I didn't win the wager. You won the wager, so I got to buy something for you.
Well, it was going to be a gift.
Oh, okay. Is it that?
Okay, and I have to admit, I was going to buy. In the end, I was going to buy you a diaper bag, Jimmy.
A diaper bag?
Yeah, just I guess in
case
all your guts fall out. You'd have no. Anyway, listen. Okay, here's what happened. So I'm at this sale and I see this bag. Okay, this nice, and it's got this nice strap on it, and there's all these pockets. And I thought, oh, that looks like it would be a good bag to take out sourcing, right? to carry if you're at the citywides and stuff like that.
Right.
But the way that the size and the way that the belt looked, I thought that it was like a waist bag, like a fanny pack, but it was bigger, like twice as big as a fanny pack. But I thought, oh, you could do that, and you'd have like this little pouch thing. Well,
it's
then
like
the lady
baby
says,
got back fanny pack.
The lady says it's no, it's a shoulder bag. You carry it over your shoulder. Okay. Now, the reason that I was going to get it for you, and now you're going to be mad because I didn't buy it because I'm cheap, and then it was on principle. It was the Beatles' Yellow Submarine.
Why didn't you buy it?
Which is your favorite?
It's my favorite song, right, Sonya, of all time. What's that finger? One finger. She just. I think she just flipped us off.
Just like, you can tell the story, just don't tell Jimmy it was Yellow Submarine, because then I felt bad because I left it. So anyway, here's what happened. So and now here's where you're gonna get mad at me, because it was like $5, right? And I asked the lady. Well, it turned out it was a diaper bag. Okay, in the end, but it was still
not
cool.
Flippable? We talked about bags being good for flipping.
There wasn't a lot of value in it. Okay. And then afterwards it was just okay. So I asked the lady, she's talking to somebody at the sale about how she just needs to get rid of all of this stuff. Right. So I'm hearing this, I'm looking at this bag, and I turn around, I say, hey, you need to get rid of, will you take 3 on this bag? Okay, 5. I'm offering 3. And she says, no, she said, I can't. It's brand new, and I just don't want to go that low. Okay, it's brand new. So and then she proceeds to say, yeah, and I'm just sentimental because I had that thing. I carried that through all 4 of my kids, and somehow I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is brand new, but you used this through all 4 of your kids.
It's got vomit in there. It's got cereal inside of it.
It did have a couple of like kind of cosmetic issues, but on the back side of the bag and stuff like that.
That's one of my pet peeves is when someone says something's brand new and it's obviously used.
It's 4 children.
4 children.
You're talking, and so I ended up leaving it there. And before I left, because she then kept going on about how she should just get rid of all this stuff and not keep it around and be sentimental.
Literally, just like a nightmare.
So one more time, as I was leaving, I said, "You sure you won't go 3 on that?" Figuring she would like, and she's like, "No, I just can't do it." So I left it there on principle. I don't always have to get the deal. I don't always have to get the deal. I think it was a reasonable offer, and through her conversation, and I have it all on video as well. That'll be coming out.
That video is coming out, huh?
Yeah, sometime. But so I didn't buy you.
That'll be a good thumbnail. There's definitely some thumbnails you could think of with that.
Yes, a diaper bag for Jimmy's Yellow Submarine, and there's a lot of good clickbait with that one too. So anyway, I just brand new, can't part with it. Can't part with it. And that might make me seem a little bit cheap.
No. No, because we as resellers, we've all been at that sale. We've all been there looking at something and they say it's brand new and you're like, no. But it's because we have the actual the real perspective. Like we know the real meaning of that. Like it's not brand new. It's not. It's
I like the one that's or like there'll be like sort of like an appliance, maybe a kitchen appliance or something. They're like, oh, that's brand new. I probably only used it twice.
Yeah, like it's not brand new. And so I don't want to. We just, as resellers, we know better. I mean, I want to say maybe some provoked arrogance. We know better that no, it is not brand new. This is a used item. Just like if you were to, like a vehicle, it's no longer brand new if you put,
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, provoked arrogance, comment of the week we'll do from last week. Bill, there at In a Box in a Garage.
In a box to the left. Go ahead.
He is anxiously awaiting the Provoked Arrogance and Provoked Anger merch.
Me too. Do they make that in a 5X?
It can be made in any size, shape, or
any
color.
X's, any amount of X's I need. All right. I'm anxiously awaiting that too. I want to see the process of how that becomes a thing.
It's yeah, I'm sure I can make a one-off of we'll have to look at that.
Yeah. You're great at making logos, and we all know my history, so you'll have to definitely make the logo, because if not, there'll be a fish hook and probably some bait in there if I try to make it.
I was looking to see. I thought I was gonna click that up on the screen real quick, but it's not on this overlay. Yeah,
I must have took it off.
It's not on that
what
overlay.
So. Oh, I know. I had edited that in the last time we did it. I didn't actually add it to the branding. My son just made my dog do a flip. He literally just did a flip. What are you doing?
See, I'm surprised too, because the air is so thin up there in Denver. You'd think he would have been able to get over a bit quicker. Now we have heavy air here in Ohio.
Bring Bean over here real quick, Logan, please. This dog is a horse now. He was a puppy last time you guys saw him.
Yes,
he's a monster now.
I saw those paws.
Those guys. Look at this.
Holy jeez! Hey, Bean.
I think he's part hippo.
Yeah, look at him. He's huge now. Look at Bean. Say hi.
Hey, Bean.
He's a monster. Look at.
How did the dogs do on the cross country trip?
Poe did amazing. Bean did good for as young as he is. Oh, my screen just went out. Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're froze up. I think there was too much movement there.
All right.
The
we're
Wi-Fi.
Back. Are we back now?
Yes, we're good.
Right, so Bean is great, except for when you put a leash on him and you go to take him out the door or down a hallway or anywhere, he just gets so excited. He's just, but it's loud, right? Like super. And he's just like, let me through this door. And he's like, let me out. He's just screaming the whole time. And so we're staying at hotel rooms, and these people are looking. And so the hotel in Joliet was owned by some very concerned. They were very concerned about the fact that we have dogs.
Okay.
And even though it says pet friendly on their website and they advertise pet friendly, as soon as you get there, they're like, "Oh, well, you guys got dogs."
Yeah.
And so we're like, "Oh my gosh!" They're like you can see they're giving us the side eye because of the dogs. And then we walk in, and Bean is just screaming at the top of the phone.
No.
And of course, that just set them off even more.
Yes.
And then I started getting all tense, and
worked up. Yeah, and then you started screaming and jumping around.
I started screaming, and then so that was rough because again, like here in Bucyrus, where there's nobody else here at the X-Men Castle, it's awesome because there's hardly any people staying at this hotel. The people up front are really nice. They have a nice side door that you can take the dogs out, and so he can scream all he wants, and nobody, because again, unless the X-Men with the super hearing is here, they don't really care. Now, did I mention that I'm staying at the X-Men?
You did, yes.
This literally, like in the middle of a field, it looks like Professor X's college for exceptional whatevers. I'm one of them.
I forget what the name of that. What the name of the school is.
I should take a picture.
Well, we all have mutant powers here in Ohio, Jimmy. You'll get yours soon. Those will manifest, over time after you breathe in the air and drink the water.
I'm not drinking the water.
We don't have any of that fresh mountain spring water like they do up there in Colorado.
Oh, that's great. We're all going to get mutant powers. You guys see that? Wonder what Beans is the fart. He's gonna have some kind of farting power. Can't wait to find out. We'll have to update that.
I've traveled with, Jill quite a bit. And so and I know how it goes. So who had to pee more on the trip, the dogs or Sonya?
I just didn't drink.
Yeah, surprisingly, we didn't so it worked out because we did a pit stop every 2.5 hours.
Okay.
The whole way here, we stopped almost to the minute every 2.5 hours. We stopped for the dogs to take a break.
Yeah.
And got out. So we all, every time we had to go on one of the 2.5 hour breaks, so you didn't really notice that when people were going. We didn't have to make any special stops for the human beings on the
Yes.
trip. Or the dogs for that matter. So you couldn't really tell, I guess you could say.
I think I'm gonna make a montage when Jill and I went to that citywide the other day. As we would walk away from every sale, she would always forget that I was recording, and I think every sale, okay, I have to pee now. Okay, I have to pee now. But let's stop at this one. Okay,
Right.
I have to pee. I think I'm gonna do a montage of all Jill's.
That would be great.
I have to pee now.
Make like a Instagram story of that.
It was fun. It was almost everyone that we walked away from. It was cool.
That's great.
But
I want to thank everybody that supported me through this move, and we'll be hopefully next week. I'll be in the new basement in the new office. Hopefully, if I get everything set up just right.
Yeah.
But I am tired. I think we're gonna, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we'll wrap this one.
Episode.
We will wrap this one up. Welcome home, Jimmy and Sonya and the whole family.
Said, welcome home.
And
my boys are like, what's the middle finger for, guys? What's going on? I'm just joking.
And but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that you're here. My family's excited. Jill's excited.
We
got some cool
tired.
stuff coming up. Yes, I imagine, and tomorrow will be a busy day with the financials and the closing, and then starting to unload the truck.
We have to get that truck unloaded tomorrow. My boys are excited about that.
Yes, and I need to. We'll talk tomorrow before you do anything with that truck. When after you're done with your closing and stuff, get a hold of me because I have some pictures about some furniture. I have maybe some other stuff, but we don't need to talk about that on the podcast. We'll get done with that. So, cool. We'll wrap this one up, and so hopefully next week you won't be in a hotel, or maybe by next week Sonya will have had enough of you and sent you back to the hotel.
I'll be in the shed. Is where I'll be.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Live from the shed.
Get the key to the shed. Nice.
I have bolt cutters if that's what
like
you need.
Built-in lock. It's like a nice shed. It's a really nice shed.
I got a big hammer and a saw. I got all kind of breaking and entering tools. So anyway, we will wrap it up. Again, welcome to Ohio, and we will catch everybody next time on the Reseller Clickbait podcast.